Bars. Venom. Injected with serum. Runs in my jeans like I'm jogging in denim. One of a kind like R9, I'm a phenom. I made lemonade when life handed me lemons. Sent from the heavens, heart bigger than Kevin's. I reload my brain cause it's my biggest weapon. Yes, I learned my lesson, I'm no longer stressing. Stoppage time 1-0 down, now your team pressing. Come on. Bars. What's going on, guys? My name's Elisha. Welcome back to Go. This is the show where we talk about everything in the world of football from the past week. And with the opening weekend of Venom, I thought I would drop a little bar, a little something. You know what I'm saying? I do my thing on the weekends. But anyways, as always, there's a lot that's been going on during this week. Some football-related things, some not so nice things that we're going to talk about later on in the show. But without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so first up, we're discussing Champions League. Liverpool losing 1-0 to Napoli. Goal from Insigne in the last minutes of the game, and Liverpool did not play bad. Napoli did not play bad. Both teams played very well. It was a tight game, but in the end, Napoli came out with the win, which kind of affected Liverpool going into that Premier League weekend because their confidence was kind of, they lost to Chelsea and then they drew Chelsea and now lost to Napoli again in the Champions League. They started off the season so well. I don't know what's going on right now, but whatever slump, they're not playing bad, but they need to be scoring goals. They need to be scoring a lot more goals, just like they did when the season started. Right now, they're in a slump. They need to get out of that if they want to contend for the title and actually go on the bigger stages of the Champions League and maybe make it again into the finals. And another Premier League team that had some problems this week was Tottenham. They lost 4-2 to Barca, and Rakitic, or should I say Rakitic, because this goal was unbelievable. Look at this strike. Look at the power. Look at the accuracy. He hit that ball perfectly in the middle of the ball, barely changed the trajectory, just direct into it. Power, accuracy, everything. That goal is just amazing. Contender maybe for Puskas. I don't know. For next year, maybe it might just, because it was a beautiful goal, absolutely clean. Everything about it was just pure technique / instinct. It was amazing. And PSG running a riot. The first time in 9 years that someone has hit 2 free kicks in a Champions League match since Ronaldo did it back with Manchester United. Neymar hit 2 free kicks in 1 game. This man is absolutely unbelievable. Got a hat-trick also. PSG won 6-1. 6 goals to 1 in the Champions League. Okay, cool. That was a nice little result for PSG, especially since they lost to Liverpool in the first game. But we want to see them do it against the Liverpools. Do it against, the bigger teams, the Napolis, we want to see them do it against guys who are actually contending for the title, not just unknown teams. Every team in the Champions League deserves a shot, but when you're trying to win it, when you're one of the biggest spending teams, you should be beating, or you should be really giving the other bigger teams a run for their money. And losing to Liverpool in their first game was a bad sign. But they bounced back, and now they have more shots at showing us what they could do. Playing with more passion, scoring more goals. Defense got to be sharper, got to be more focused throughout the whole rest of this competition. There's no time for games. There's no excuses anymore for PSG. And look, as I said, small teams deserve a chance. CSKA Moscow beat Real Madrid 1-0 this week. Real Madrid, the 3 times back-to-back Champions League winners, were beat by a team from Russia in the Champions League. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is just football at its finest. 1-0 in the early stages of the game, and they just held on. They got a red card. They were playing with 10 men at one point, and they still held on to that win. Real desperately needs someone who is going to score for them. Maybe Vinicius Jr. is that guy. I mean, he did travel with them. Didn't play that game, but Bale's not scoring. Benzema hasn't scored in 409 minutes for Real. This team needs a goal scorer. It's almost as if last year or the previous years that they won the Champions League, that they had someone who was just banging goals for them. It's almost like, I don't know. Anyways, we also have United. United is in a big crisis right now. Drew 0-0 to Valencia. Now, A 0-0 isn't a terrible result in the Champions League. A draw is still 1 point. But because of all the speculations and all the problems that's been happening with Mourinho and Pogba and the whole United team, they should be trying their hardest to win these games. Prove a point. Beat these La Liga teams. Show them what you're made of. And show that the team might not be as dysfunctional as people think. Make statements. Making a statement like Dybala getting a hat-trick against young boys from the Swiss League. Yes, it's the Swiss League. Dybala, very young player with Ronaldo out because of the red card from the last game. He stepped up and got 3 goals, won it. The only 3 goals that Juventus scored were from Paulo Dybala. That's what you do. But that was pretty much it for the Champions League. Now let's move on to the Premier League. Liverpool against Manchester City is the big game. The game everyone has been waiting for. Goals, goals, goals on top of goals. These teams are attacking powerhouses. Liverpool, Salah, Mane, Firmino, Sturridge is on form right now. Manchester City, Sané. You have David Silva, Gabriel Jesus, Aguero, Raheem Sterling. It's just incredible. Even though De Bruyne is injured right now, we're expecting these guys are scoring 4-5 goals a game. We're expecting just this is going to be so entertaining. It wasn't not entertaining, but it ended in a 0-0 draw, which was very underwhelming considering how strong these teams are in attack. And they did attack. They did get a lot of chances, but it wasn't as much as people would expect. It wasn't like a crazy back and forth like we would expect. And also, Mahrez missed a penalty.
Mahrez looked very calm. Alisson dived the right way. A lot of movement. But
I don't know if Mahrez thought that he was playing American football and this was a field goal, but he sent it right over the goal into the crowd and missed the one penalty that they got, the one chance that they had to take over the league, get that 3 points and be ahead of Chelsea and Liverpool, and he screwed it up. But it happens. That makes it a lot more entertaining for us, and it's all about entertainment out here when my team's not playing. All right, and we're going to get to that. We're going to get to my team. But let's move on with the Premier League. United, who were down 2-0 against Newcastle, came back and won the game 3-2. And during the week, there were speculations. I saw on Mirror Football UK that Mourinho, it was decided that United was going to release Mourinho. He was going to be sacked during the weekend no matter what the result is. And then the team came out and said, whoa, whoa, whoa. We didn't say any of that. The man's job is secure. He's not going anywhere. All that good stuff. It's all good. And then they came out this weekend and they're losing 2-0. And people are scratching heads like, well, maybe you guys should consider firing him because you're not looking good right now. And they said, listen, we're still United. We still have our identity. We know what to do. They came back 1 goal at a time. Patience. And just like that, they came back and won the game 3-2. But right now in the Premier League, City is first, but they have 20 points, just as Chelsea has 20 points, and Liverpool also have 20 points. Arsenal is fourth with 18 points, and Tottenham is fifth with also 18 points. So right now, the Premier League is tight. Literally, those top fives, it's still anyone's game. Anyone can slip up, anyone can come up. Who wants it more? Who's going to be more consistent? Who's going to score more goals? Who's going to be more focused at that defense? Tune in next time on the next episode of Goal. Now let's move on to Serie A and Juventus, which is really the only team that's making headlines right now, the only one everyone's watching because it has the man himself, Cristiano Ronaldo, playing for them. And Cristiano Ronaldo is actually playing not like the Champions League where he got a red card, but he scored a banger in Juventus's 2-0 win this weekend. This man is killing it. He's showing, again, making points. I hate having to make this. I'm not even going to make the comparison because you know what the comparison is. But he's showing that he doesn't need to just stay in one team and one league to be great. And now let's move on to Ligue. Mbappe scoring 4 goals as PSG run through Lyon in a 5-1 win. 4 goals. This kid is 19. He scored in the World Cup final. He scored 4 goals today. He won Best Young Player of the tournament. What is going on? What is going on? Mbappe is a beast. This kid is having the year of his life, 4 goals. But this actually brings the question, guys like Neymar, guys like Mbappe, are they wasting their time in Ligue 1? Is it just, is the money really getting to them too much? Do they really need to leave to go to another league where it's more competitive, where their skills will really be tested? Neymar should have stayed at Barcelona. I'm feeling like these players, they need to change, because this is not challenging them. It's not making them any better, because when they get to the Champions League, that 6-1, let's not even talk about that. When it gets against the Liverpools and the big teams, they kind of fall short because they're not competing on a high level week in and week out. And now let's move on to the Bundesliga. Surprise, surprise. Bayern Munich lose 3-0 to Mönchengladbach. And Dortmund had an amazing game. They were losing 1-0 and ended up coming back, winning the game 4-3. And former Barcelona player Paco Alcácer coming from the bench, scoring a hat-trick and the last goal of the game, last kick of the game, a free kick goal for Dortmund, winning the whole thing. And now they have 17 points. They're first in the Bundesliga. RB Leipzig has 14 points. They're second. Mönchengladbach has 14. They're third. Werder have 14. They're fourth. And Hertha are fifth with 14 points. And Bayern are sixth with 13 points. This is incredible. And I'm not jinxing it. At one point last year, Bayern were doing really bad. They got a new manager, and then they ended up winning the league. I'm not jinxing it. I'm not going to big up Dortmund too much. Big up Dortmund a little bit. Congratulations. You guys are doing great right now. But again, consistency key in football. This season just started. Keep it going to the end of the season, and I can really we can celebrate at the end of the season when that trophy is secure. Secure the bag, and then celebrate. And last but not least, La Liga. Real Madrid lose yet again to Alaves, 1-0 in the 95th minute. 95th minute, Real Madrid lose to Alaves. Alaves, I don't think people understand what that means. The fact that Alaves right now is a title contender for La Liga. And they just beat Los Blancos, Real Madrid, Bale, Modric, Cruz, all these players on the team, not one goal to be scored. Barca drew to Valencia, 1-1. 1-1 goal from Garay and Messi on each side. These teams are losing and drawing games. In La Liga, Sevilla is first in La Liga right now. People, this is happening. La Liga is changing. It's evolving. It's becoming into the Premier League. This is so competitive right now. Right now, Sevilla is first with 16 points. Barca is second with 15. Then come Atletico with 15. Real Madrid is fourth with 14 points. Espanyol is fifth with 14 points. And Alaves is sixth with 14 points. You have 3 teams, Espanyol, Alaves, and Real Madrid with 14 points. What? That's incredible. If Barca and Real don't wake up, Sevilla, Espanyol, or Alaves can actually be La Liga champions. And you're saying La Liga's trash. Come on. And last, but certainly not least, on a more serious topic, something that's been affecting or circling the news for a couple of weeks now. Cristiano Ronaldo. There are some allegations that came out about Ronaldo allegedly raping this woman, Catherine Mayorga, back in 2009. According to NBC News, she accepted a payoff of $375,000 in 2010 to buy her silence, and she is seeking to overturn the non-disclosure agreement she signed at the time. And since then, Cristiano, there's been a lot of news around it. Nike and EA, who sponsor Cristiano, have kind of been making statements claiming, that saying how serious this situation is, and they're not taking it lightly because rape is a serious issue. And Cristiano has even come out with a tweet recently saying that I firmly deny the accusations being issued against me. Rape is an abominable crime that goes against everything that I am and believe in. Keen as I may be to clear my name, I refuse to feed the media spectacle created by people seeking to promote themselves at my expense. Now, yes, as he said, it is a very, very serious offense. It's abominable. there's no excuse for it. Whether there's just no excuse for it. It's just wrong at all sides. Wherever angle you look at it, it's wrong. The thing is, with the Me Too movement and all of that that's going on right now, we're very much focusing a lot on just allegations instead of the facts, instead of the proof. And people are losing their jobs, and people's careers are being destroyed, and their name are being stained because of just statements, because people are just coming out saying this man did this, this man did that. Now, if this man actually did that, he should pay for it. But people need to stop just rushing and jumping to conclusions and just saying, oh, because this person says that he raped me, she's right, that he actually did it. I'm not putting it past Ronaldo. I don't know Ronaldo personally. I can't tell you whether or not, even if I did it. You don't know what people do on their own times. It's not impossible. But people need to stop rushing, jumping to conclusions so fast, and wait for all the facts to come out, wait for the trials, and let justice do its job. Justice doesn't always work, yes, but let's wait for all the facts, all the information first. All I'm saying is, wait for the facts, wait for the information before we start judging this man and calling him all different types of names, before we start calling her a liar, before we start calling her all different types of names, because she might be actually the victim in this situation. So wait for the information and let's see what happens. Hopefully whoever's wrong in this case gets exactly what they deserve. If it's her, hopefully she gets what she deserves for lying and trying to get fame off of him, or whatever she's trying to do. If he's wrong for doing just one of the worst possible crimes in existence. But at this point, nobody actually knows. So chill out and wait. And to end this on a lighter note, look at Will Smith living his best life. Will Smith is an absolute legend. The fact that he can just be chilling with Pele, having a signed vintage Brazil shirt by Pele, and they're just kicking it, chopping it up, is absolutely incredible. And I do think Pele speaks English. I mean, he did play in the U.S. a few years back in the New York Cosmos. Shout out New York Cosmos, who don't exist anymore, which is sad. It's very sad. But he did play in the U.S., and it's good to see, again, I keep saying this almost every episode at this point, but different subcultures, actors, American actors, merging and adventuring into different things, and football being incorporated to that. It's good. It's good for the world. Football connects. Football brings people together, and that's why we love it so much. Now, with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this here video, make sure you drop a like for it. But if you didn't, drop a dislike, but make sure you let me know why in the comments below. Also, make sure you check out the music and the social media in the description, and I'll see you guys next time on Goal. Peace.